Hey, welcome back to the channel, man. We're going to be talking about Jay Prince going live, sending a message to everybody that he is back and that nothing even went down and nothing even happened. And so make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment, let me know where y'all from and who you a fan of. Let's go. Jay Prince pulled up and got out. He's free. He ain't end up getting locked up like everybody thought he was. So he came back out on live and, went right at Wack100. And a lot of people actually thought that he did end up getting locked, and then that maybe somebody came and bailed him out, and then quickly he went on live right after they got back home. But that whole Wack100 situation was already like just some secret beef that everybody already knew about. And he was trolling. They was just going back and forth because, they had their past, they had their issues and everything like that. And he heard about the details that came from the Offset side, because Offset really was like taking it as like, oh, okay, did they actually try to say that they was going to do something to him? And that's why Wack100 took it as that, oh, Jay Prince he tried to send a threat or whatever over there to the Migos. And this whole thing might have been connected to the Takeoff situation. And then even Quavo was like not commenting on it at all. You see how Quavo was super quiet yesterday. He didn't want to say anything about anything because technically he's not supposed to be publicly speaking on anything about them, since he has the whole case going on, because Quavo's about to take the stand, and with Migo bands, Quavo's brother Migo bands, he's about to take the stand right before Quavo is. And so, the details that he doesn't say, Quavo's going to fill in and give the rest of the information to everybody there, the jury and everybody like that, right? And it's a lot of people that are still looking at the sons, Jay Prince Jr. and, Jazz and everything, Jay Prince's sons, and they saying that, they was wilding out too much. They're involved in way too many crazy things. And it was that they were making him a bad rep for his name and everything like that. And so that's why a lot of people are questioning him, like they don't trust him, because look at the Duke the Jeweler situation. Look at all that. RIP to him, man. A lot of condolences and shout out to all the fans of him, right? And then look at the Takeoff situation. He walked right past him and everything like that. And all the deflection and, bringing up Boosie and all that. It's like that they shouldn't even never did that. And Boosie was now saying that he don't want to talk to T.I. He don't want to talk to the Prince Juniors or none of them, because now he understands how everybody in the industry or everybody that's like out right now is basically either telling or involved in some type of case. And now it's like he already dealt with all that. Nobody wants to be a part of any of that. Look at everything that's going on in hip hop right now, to all the rappers right now. And you guys all looking up to these rappers and everything. And so you see how you got to learn from some of their mistakes about how, like, Gunna is telling, these people is telling Quavo about to go on the stand. They all ended up involving themselves in some type of case. Tory Lanez, all that, right? The Gunna situation, the YSL, the whole thing goes on and on and on. All the Ricos y'all heard about and everything. Even them drill rappers in New York. You see how everything is coming to light now, and you see how everything what comes around goes around. And now y'all got to open your eyes and look at the fact that if they're not doing that, then they're basically either, connected into some other things in the streets. Like you see the John Morant situation and all the rappers that hang out with him. And, he's trying to go after the NBA YoungBoy lifestyle. He's trying to go after the CMG lifestyle with Yo Gotti and all them guys, right? And so this just goes to show you that that's the same thing that the Jay Prince Jr. and Jay Prince's sons, they're trying to do the same thing like John Morant, where they keep chasing after this rapper lifestyle, but they're not rappers. I've never heard of a Jay Prince Jr. song. And vice, anything like that. And so what y'all got to understand is that they pulled in the John Morant situation by chasing after this certain type of lifestyle, and look at all the bad stuff that happens with it, that they never needed to actually get involved in and throw these parties and invite all these people like the Migos, and because that wasn't really necessary for anybody's career. They didn't even go to like a whole venue with better security. They went somewhere where it was very possible for something to actually go down and pop off and everything like that. And so now everybody from the outside looking into the situation sees it like, yeah, it looks like Jay Prince's sons is basically the people who's, kind of ruining the image and messing up and is tied to all of these things. And then that's kind of trickling down and reflecting onto Jay Prince. And then that's why Wack100 is saying all these things. That's why Offset is still coming with a lot of pressure and applying a lot of pressure. And, a lot of the Atlanta dudes, they're trying to slide for Takeoff. And so they're trying to figure out who it was that, actually worked with DJ Pat, worked with Lil Cam and all them guys to, do the whole entire drill or whatever that happened. People saw exactly what happened that night and how they try to get away and everything. And so they still trying to get justice for Takeoff in one way or the other. And so, we just want to say don't follow that type of lifestyle either. And you just got to make sure that you understand what's really going on out here. And you see how everybody is looking at this. And now Quavo's put in a tough position where he's like has bad terms with Offset because Offset knows exactly what the situation he's in about whether he's going to tell or not, or he's, whether he's going to do what's right or wrong. And a lot of people is looking at him and it's kind of 50-50 up in the air. There's a lot of people saying that Quavo shouldn't say anything at all. He should plead the fifth and whatever, right? And then there's another situation saying that, they want to get justice for Takeoff and everybody who's involved in it should be going down and da-da-da, blase, right? And condolences, right? Condolences to everybody, the family, Takeoff, and shout out to Atlanta, shout out to Houston and all that. And so it's basically going to be a big deal once he makes his decision on what's going to happen. And, with Quavo, because he got into that altercation and he swung on dude or whatever, because he involved himself in that, he still could get in trouble because of the fact that it was still a body from all that. And, when you get involved, like you could be associated with whatever, right? If you were in that moment and you actually swung back and then that something happened to where somebody ended up getting dropped, you could still get pinned on that. And so that's why you can't even involve yourself with people who's trying to test you like that. And you see how Quavo could have just simply walked off and he could have not said nothing and he could have just walked off and been, the bigger person and been a grown man about it and just was like, you know what, there's no point in giving energy into this because it's just a trick. They're trying to get you to basically to give in like that. It's like the bull going for the red paint, the red curtain and everything. The bull is coming out, and so what you got to do is basically move out the way so the bull goes and not hits you, but it just goes into whatever direction, and then it just ends up you going the other way, and the bull goes by itself that way, and that way the bull could go and do its thing over there, and then you go on. And you don't have to deal with all that whole situation of the bull trying to get at you. It's got its red thing there. That's all it wanted. Boom. And, that's a whole explanation on how a lot of people should be dodging these altercations and they should be dodging these little things where they shouldn't escalate it to the point where people end up popping off and everything like that. Unless you want that to happen or something, a lot of people, they just want that to happen. That's just the way that they are used to having, dealing with their situations and everything like that. And so that's the type of mindset that people shouldn't be in. And, you got to learn from these mistakes that these Migos and everybody around them and, the mob ties in that whole situation. And they all, calling themselves a group, and some of them, they're not even supposed to be. They technically like Jay Prince Jr. and them, they supposed to be like, private school trust fund babies where they grew up, they had everything, they needed and they wanted and everything like that. But then they still get involved in these type of situations. And so hanging around the type of people that hang around, not everything that everybody does is some role model type of stuff. And so what you got to look at it is you got to swift through all of that and just come and realize what's really going on and pay attention to that. And so subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment down below. Let me know where y'all from and who you a fan of. I'm going to catch you later.